A second break along this Tompkins Street water main means more customers without water for longer. What we know coming up in a live report.
A 17-year-old and a 12-year-old have life-threatening injuries after a serious crash on a moped. I'm Joe Monty in Manchester with the latest coming up in just a couple of minutes.
And crews were expected to resume their search for a boy that went into New Haven's West River and never resurfaced. The Fox 61 Morning News at 5 starts now. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the Fox 61 Morning News on this Friday. I'm Glenn Kittle.
And I'm Bruce Pure. Great to have you here. Hope your morning's off to a good start on this last day of July. Tomorrow's going to be August already.
That's crazy.
Isn't
I gotta
it?
pay my car taxes. Put it off.
Yeah, the deadline is approaching. But Rachel, it doesn't really feel like August is tomorrow. It's a little cooler this morning.
Definitely cooler, and the last couple of days have been definitely cooler as well. We have some patchy fog, but the sunshine finally returning this morning, along with the warmth too. So thankfully we have that working in our favor. Current visibility, though, issues in eastern Connecticut right now, down to about 0-mile visibility in Willimantic, as well as about a 1/4-mile visibility in the Groton, New London area. So we have that fog. Otherwise, it is nice and bright in parts of the state, like in western Connecticut right now. At 60 degrees in Torrington, 63 in Waterbury, and 66 degrees in Bridgeport. So for today, we have lots of sunshine mixing in with a little bit of cloud coverage at times, and there's also a chance for a pop-up shower this afternoon, but that would be relatively hit or miss. So don't go canceling outdoor plans for it. Just be mindful that you may have to bring your plans inside for a period of time. There may be a brief downpour that comes through, but between 15-20 minutes, and then it's over with. So that's kind of the scenario on the table, and a couple of towns would get that. Heading to the beaches today, 81 to about 77 degrees from Ocean Beach Park to Hammonasset. High tide happening a little late this morning into the early afternoon with winds around 5 to 15 miles per hour. So wind shouldn't be an issue today for any boaters out there. Temperatures tonight into the 60s, heading through the day tomorrow back up into the mid to upper 80s. We get a decent amount of sunshine for our Saturday morning. Increasing clouds for the second part of the day. I do think clouds will hang around for most of our Sunday. And then we have several rain chances for next week. We'll have more details on that coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02 on our roadways this morning, we are following that fog over in Norwich on 395. You can see that there, but in New Haven, no significant delays, as well as Hartford and Rocky Hill. Roadwork wrapping up at this hour, but no significant issues on the roadways just yet. Over to you.
Well, the repaired water main break is broken again in Waterbury. We turn now to Fox 61's Erin Coogan. She is live from Tompkins Street this morning, where the original break and the latest break happened. We just heard from the mayor an hour ago, Erin. What does he have to say about this break?
Yeah, Glenn, this is absolutely awful. This has all been happening in such a short amount of time as well. It was 3 hours ago that crews were finished here. They thought the job was done. Folks were going to get their water back restored as of this morning, 3 o'clock this morning. And at 3:15, they noticed water bubbling from that exact same pipe, spilling into that giant cavern you can see behind me. Everything that they have done for the past 3 days. 3 days that folks in Waterbury have been without water, not being able to shower, drink, cook with that water. So 3:15, they identified a second break. You can see, before we get you to video, you can see those crews back here. They're just waiting. You might be saying, why aren't they in there doing something? They have to drain those pipes once again, because water was once again flowing through those pipes as we were trying to get folks their water restored. So water was being pumped through those pipes. They again have to be drained so they can assess the damage of what exactly we are looking at. Now, we do want to get you to video that we shot just moments ago. You can see the L coupling in the main water main. That's where the initial repairs were for the water main break 3 days ago, and not more than 10 feet down from that initial break, you can see that bubbling water again. So that's what we are dealing with this morning. 4,000 to 6,000 customers still without water, not knowing when they are going to have their water restored. Now, that's Bunker Hill, Town Plot, Country Club. And again, this is a waiting game. These crews are waiting for those pipes to drain so they can once again get down there, see if this is an an uncoupling, a separation, what parts need to once again be ordered, and it's going to be a weekend, so that's going to be delayed. But this is just a huge headache for those that have been dealing with this for the past 3 days, and now we don't know what that timeline is going to look like. And guys, something important to note too is that we talked about those 4,000 to 6,000 customers already impacted by this first break. We'll take a listen. The mayor says this could impact even more than that.
As of this point, however, the folks who had lost water obviously aren't at this point going to get it back. But because we were already losing the fight to keep some of the tanks filled that were getting Town Plot, Country Club, that area filled with the tanks filled to serve those areas, at this point those areas are going to lose water as well.
So not only is the mayor on scene, but obviously the Bureau of Water here in Waterbury is here assessing everything. They say about 1 to 2 hours it will take for that pipe to drain, so then they can get in and assess. So that's not, we're not going to know anything beyond what we're telling you right now until those 1 to 2 hours. We do know that any alerts for folks at home that are looking at this and shaking their head, they can be alerted on the Waterbury alert system. That's going to be any new updates about this second water main break will come through your phone. And then we have obviously the distribution center that opened yesterday 3 to 7. I'm going to look at my phone so I don't get this wrong. At the 1200 Waterbury Avenue in the north parking lot. That was open from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. yesterday. We talked to the mayor about those supplies, and he said he doesn't know what those supplies look like as of today because they thought this was going to be all wrapped and done. They're going to do what they can to restock that supply and make sure that there are cases of water moving forward for people that are going to have to pick up another case of water to do everything you need to do around the household. And of course, we're going to be checking in every half hour, bringing you any new updates. But again, it is a wait and see kind of situation. And of course, we're going to bring you any updates on air and online at fox61.com. We're live in Waterbury. Aaron Coogan, Fox 61.
It's just so frustrating, Erin, for all those home and business owners. And we took the press conference live last hour, and you asked an excellent question to the mayor, asking him, how does this keep happening? And it really gets to the heart of what a lot of people are feeling out there. So hopefully the repairs are fixed because a lot of people are going to be without running water for a weekend. Thank you. 6:07 now. A moped and a vehicle crashed in Manchester last night on Center Street. It left 2 people seriously hurt. Fox 61's Joe Monty is in Manchester. He has the latest of everything we're learning so far. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Bridget. In just this area behind me last night at about 9 o'clock, a 12-year-old and a 17-year-old crashed into another vehicle on a moped, and they now face, according to police, life-threatening injuries. Take a look at the video from last night. This is the area of 467 Center Street. Police got a call about the crash at 8:51 p.m. When they got to the scene, they found the 2 children traveling westbound collided with a 60-year-old driving a car headed eastbound. Both the 17 and 12-year-old were transported to local hospitals. The driver of the vehicle stayed on scene with no reported injuries. Center Street between Henderson Road and Victoria Road was closed for the police investigation, but it is now open. Police didn't specify what the cause of the crash was or who was driving the moped, and if it was the 17-year-old, whether they were even legally allowed to drive or have a passenger. They also didn't say whether anyone had helmets on. There's still plenty of questions here, and we're going to try to get some answers for you this morning from Manchester Police. Of course, if you have anything that could help them in their investigation, you're also encouraged to give them a call. For now in Manchester, Joe Monty, Fox 61.
Thank you, Joe. We know you're going to stay on top of that story and bring us the latest updates. Meanwhile, a desperate search is underway in New Haven after a 13-year-old boy went into the West River yesterday morning. Police, firefighters, and other first responders spent hours to search nearly 3 miles of water. Mayor Justin Elicker said the family is facing an unimaginable wait and acknowledged the search has been difficult.
What I understand is that he was a beloved member of the school community and someone that was active in his school community. He was about to enter 8th grade. So, it's not just the family that's impacted here, but a much broader community.
Police say the boy entered the water near the Boston Post Road overpass. Mayor Elicker says the search area has been challenging because of the wet water conditions, including the tide gates in the river.
6:09 now. A recent drug bust in Wilton is raising new questions this morning about what's still being sold inside some Connecticut stores. Police say among the substances found inside the convenience store was kratom. It's been banned in the state since March. We spoke with local shop owners Ian Coleman, who says it's not worth the risk for businesses that may still have kratom on the store shelves.
They should get it out of all the stores, and if you still have it, I mean, it's only a matter of time, I guess. I wouldn't take the risk.
Wilton police say the investigation with a joint effort with Norwalk Police made this possible. The state's Department of Consumer Protection also assisted. They say it's part of a larger push to crack down on illegal sales.
In New Haven, police are investigating a deadly shooting on Edgewood Avenue. Officers responded around 9:30 on Wednesday night, about a half mile from the Yale Bowl. Investigators say a gunman targeted 33-year-old Josiah Baptiste, who later died at the hospital. Detectives are still searching for the shooter.
610 and a portion of Route 5 was closed in South Windsor yesterday due to a serious crash. Firefighters say it happened around 3 yesterday afternoon at the southbound ramps for I-291. A person was taken to the hospital. We're still waiting to learn their condition this morning, but you see the impact pretty significant there. Crews had to clean up a significant fuel spill as well. The road has since reopened.
And General Dynamics Electric Boat has been awarded more than $76 billion in submarine contracts by the U.S. Navy. That includes $42.1 billion for 9 Virginia-class submarines and $29.5 billion for 5 Columbia-class submarines. Another $5 billion will support shipyard improvements and suppliers. Connecticut lawmakers say the contracts will support thousands of jobs and provide work for Electric Boat and its supply chain into the late 2030s. Electric Boat employs more than 27,000 people and is headquartered in Groton.
6:11 now. The Senate narrowly rejected an effort yesterday to limit President Donald Trump's war powers in Iran. The resolution failed by a single vote. Republican Senators Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and Rand Paul joined Democrats in support, while Democratic Senator from Pennsylvania John Fetterman voted against it. It marks the Senate's 13th vote on an Iran war powers measure this year. And coming up on the Fox 61 Morning News, new testimony in the Lindsay Clancy murder trial this morning. What paramedics and police described to the jury this week.
Also ahead, dozens of dangerous reptiles found inside a Connecticut warehouse. The charges now 2 men are facing. That's coming up on Fox 61. Stay with us.